Most people write Facebook ad copy about their product, but the best advertisers write about their customer. And that one shift took this store to over $3,000 in 7 days. In this video, I'm going to show you how to write ad copy that speaks directly to your customer. So your ideal buyer stops scrolling, reads every line, and clicks buy. So let's get into the video. So in order to get sales on your store, you're going to have to be able to write ad copy that speaks directly to your avatar. So we're going to have to understand a few fundamentals. So what is Facebook ad copy? Now, ad copy is the words in the ad that make someone stop, read, and buy. And these are the words around your advert when you're running your Facebook ad. We've got a couple of examples here. As you can see, say goodbye to aching feet. And now this is the ad copy. And this is supplementary to the creative that you're running, but it plays a very important role. So what you're going to have to understand, that ad copy is the words that's going to make someone read. But most people are writing the wrong stuff. They're talking about the product. But the best copy is always written about your customer. So ad copy is not just a simple list of product features, a description of what it does, and generic pain points around the product that everyone could assume. High quality, fast shipping, great value. People have seen this 10 million times, and this is not going to create enough emotion when someone's viewing your advert. We don't want to take a copy and paste approach. We want to create an emotion when someone's reading the advert copy. And this is going to go hand in hand with the creative that you're running in order to get the click through onto your website. So as you can see here, we have a few examples. And this is taken from My Brand Undeniable London and some very good dropshipping sites that are selling shoes. So as you can see here, I've tried so many insoles for my plantar fasciitis. So immediately it's calling out the pain point that someone who might be reading the advert and the exact problem they have, which is severe foot pain. And this immediately hooks someone in. Nothing ever helped, so this is relatable. Maybe the person has tried many different alternative solutions, but nothing's working. But this company is saying that their product, it's working for other people, and this creates FOMO and social through the advert copy that you're running, because the customer has seen that someone is using this product and they found a solution to the extreme pain that they have within their life within a few days of stabbing heel pain. So they're describing a massive emotion, stabbing heel pain, as opposed to just regular heel pain. I usually feel in the morning was nearly gone. So in the morning, and this is a relatable context someone else might be going through, I wear them in my work boots for 10-hour shifts. Again, this is relating back to the ideal customer. It seems to me that someone who's working long amounts of hours, standing up on their feet, and this is exactly who they're trying to target. So immediately from this advert copy, I can understand that they're targeting people that work shifts and are on their feet. So maybe they're nurses, maybe they're construction employees, or maybe they're working outside in the garden. All these people have one common trait, that they've got severe foot pain from working all day. However, then the copy moves on to, these insoles are a game changer, and you can see this by the fact that they say that they're coming home with no foot pain. And this is everything you want to do when you're creating some ad copy. You can see it directly relates to the ideal customer. And this means someone is so much more likely to click through the advert. The other advert that you can see, which is Say Goodbye to Aching Feet, designed for all-day comfort, balance support, and lightweight cushioning that doesn't collapse after a few weeks. Now they're giving some social proof. 57,000 plus people have already discovered their comfort paradise with the shoe. And then they've got the offer, buy one, get one free, while the offer is still alive. So there's some urgency, implying that the offer is soon going to be finished. And finally, you can see here for the jewelry brand Undeniable, everyday pieces engineered for forever wear, hypoallergenic, tarnish free, and lifetime guaranteed. Choose chains, pendants, and bracelets. Then make it yours with custom combos. Worldwide shipping, fast delivery, and 60-day returns. Get the look and keep the confidence. So with these two adverts for the shoe companies versus Undeniable, you can actually see there's a big difference. In the two footwear companies, they're calling out their ideal customer and there's more pain around the copy. But with Undeniable, you can see that we're talking about some of the benefits. For Undeniable, for context, when we were running this ad, it was a top of funnel ad, meaning we were trying to reach a broad audience and our other creatives were doing the converting. This was just to draw attention to people through the video itself. So a golden rule for copy: if your copy could be applied to everyone, it's actually going to resonate with no one. So our avatar research is useful if it shows up in the word. There's a 3-part copy formula that we want to use when we're writing our own copy for our dropshipping and e-commerce stores. Now the hook is what's going to stop the scroll, and this is the first sentence and it's so important that we speak to their exact situation and not a generalized problem. Then the body, which deepens the pain or the desire and reflects their lived experience back at them. So you can see this really well through the 10-hour shifts in their work boots, and this is exactly what the body of the copy is doing. And then CTA and the call to action, which makes the next step feel inevitable, which incidentally is taking them to the website. And this is so important. But we don't want to be too pushy. We want to make them naturally be drawn into our website. And this is going to be important for our next step, which is our website, which is going to do the converting. But the job of the advert itself is to get them onto the website. So, like I said, you have to remember the 3-part copy rule, which is the hook, the body, and the call to action. Now, what we have here is a prompt for you to paste into your AI, which is either going to be ChatGPT or Claude. And what we have here, I need you to write a Facebook ad copy for my product using the 3-part formula below. My product is, and you're going to copy and paste in your product name or the link to your product. My customer avatar is, and this is where you're going to paste in your avatar details, which you will have done in preparation for building your store and all the marketing material around. So we need to make sure we understand their pains, their desires, their lived experiences, and what else they've previously tried. We want to create an emotion and an emotional state so that our reader of the advert will resonate with this the most. Then write the ad in 3 parts, which is the hook, which is going to ultimately stop someone from scrolling. And this is where we're going to need to look for high click-through rates on our ad. Mirror their exact situation, but don't yet talk about the product that we're trying to sell. The body, which is going to deepen this emotion and going to reflect their pains and their most wanted desire, dream outcomes. And finally, the CTA, which is going to make the next step, which is clicking on to the website, feel in there. We don't want to be too pushy. We want to make sure we pull them in, drag them in, create an emotion, and then show them the product, which is going to be the solution to the answer that they're seeking. We want to make this advert feel like it was made and curated for them. And most specifically, the CTA should feel like a permission and not pressurizing. If it's too much pressurizing, it's going to be harder to sell, and therefore we're not going to be able to convert nicely. Some rules for the prompt: write like a human and not like a marketer. Never mention features, only feelings and outcomes. And if the copy could apply to any product, rewrite it until it couldn't. The reader should finish and think, this is written for me. Now here are 20 hooks for a back pain product that we've got. You don't realize how much back pain controls your life. You don't realize how much this is costing you. You don't realize how much back pain is affecting your mood. This is going to paint the mirror that they're going to be having in their day-to-day lives. Then we want to have some curiosity angle. Most people with chronic back, these are more stat-like. Most people dealing with back pain. Most people who have tried everything for back pain don't know this one thing was missing. Most back pain sufferers didn't know the fix wasn't the gym. And then there's a trigger moment. The moment you realize this is such a key standout statement, and when you realize that our item and story that we're going to then tell them is going to be very compelling for the reader of the advert. And identity, we want to group a category of people that are all going to be feeling the exact same thing, so we can target them through our advertising. Now with these, you can fill these in for your avatars, and it's going to constantly be feeding the chat prompt that you've got already, and we're going to be able to curate some amazing ad copy. So we have a bit of a copy check. Does my hook mirror their exact situation in their exact moment in their life? Have I shown I understand what they've already tried? Does the body copy reflect their emotional state? Is my call to action a pull and not a push? One thing to mention, if this copy could be applied to a competitor's product, if it is, we want to make sure we rewrite it. So an example that I've done, so one hook I've come up with, I'm putting this through a ChatGPT prompt. The outcome of it is this: you don't realize how much heat from your laptop is affecting you until your legs are burning and you still haven't finished what you started. That's the hook, and that's going to get them in, and we're going to get them to continue reading on. It's so important to get the hook right. It's the most important element of the 3-part formula that I've discussed. The body of the copy then is: you told yourself that you just work from the sofa for an hour. 3 hours later, laptop still on your lap, legs uncomfortably hot, constantly shifting position, trying to find somewhere that doesn't feel like a radiator. You've probably tried a pillow, a cushion, balancing it on the arm of the sofa. Nothing actually worked. And what you can see here, these are relatable situations that someone who is actually working from home, maybe they're working on their laptop at nighttime, they're going to get an overheated computer, and therefore they're going to be able to relate to this in the copy, and therefore they're going to continue reading on. Nothing actually works. You either overheat or the laptop slides. And the worst part, you already know the heat isn't good for your laptop either. And what you can see here, if we continue down, we've got a clear call to action at the very end. If working from the sofa is non-negotiable to you, this product was built exactly for that. Now, this product would be a laptop cooling device that someone who's working from home a lot of the time would be using. But you can see here, at the very end, we've called out the subsection of people that are going to be needing the product, which is people that work from home. And this ad copy is then going to get them to click onto the next part of our funnel, which is going to be the website and landing page. So there's three things to remember here. And everything in this video comes back to these fundamentals. We want to write about the customer and not the product. Features don't sell, but feelings and outcomes do. And if your copy could sit on a competitor's ad, you have to rewrite it. And this is how we're going to get an edge in our marketing and in the Facebook auction. Use the hook, the body, and the CTA formula when you're doing your copywriting. The hook has got to mirror their exact moment in their life and situation. The body of it reflects what they've already tried, and the call to action is going to pull them to the website in order to get the sale. And specificity is what makes people feel seen. Generic pain points are not going to get the click. We want to make it way more specific. Ultimately, the goal is to make someone think that the copy was written for them, so it has to be relatable. And ultimately, the golden rule: if your copy could be applied to everyone, it's going to resonate with no one. We have to build it for our specific avatar. So, some actionable steps. Grab the prompt from this video and paste it into Claude. Fill in your product and your avatar details. Test at least 3 hooks from the 20 hook formulas in your next set of ads, and run the copy checklist before you publish anything. If you found any value in this video, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.